22nd of May, Rabbi Levitt being substituted by Rabbi Globus. Gemora.
Hi there.
Hi.
Just give me 1 minute. I want to try to figure out my earphones here.
Okay.
I'm going to try to connect them by Bluetooth, and we'll see if that works.
Hey, Phil, welcome back.
Doing, thanks.
Okay, actually, it's not going to work. Hi, Rav Savrinsky.
How are we doing?
Good, Marka Shaun. Okay, so we're actually at a new Mishnah. We
Okay.
started yesterday, but we didn't get very far.
Right.
I'll be back for lunch. Bye.
You'll be here for lunch?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just going to the store.
Good.
Not the camera store. Oh. So, are you ordering water today?
Yeah, good.
Today? What time?
Usual.
What time's your usual?
6:45.
Okay.
Okay, so we're on Yud Ches Amid Aleph at the Mishnah Matzah Yitinashim. I mean, let's start there, let's say.
Hey. Matzah Gite Nashim. One of our bills of divorce. The Shichure Avadim. Bills of emancipation. The Tiki wills, Matana gifts, the Shovrin receipts.
Could you give me the translation again of Daitike? How do they translate that?
Wills.
Wills, okay, good.
He should not return them. Shani Omer, that I say, Ke Suvin Hayu. Perhaps they were written with the intent to give them Benim Lach Alehen Shalo Yitnan. But the author reconsidered and decided not to give them, and he lost them.
Well, basically, we don't know who lost it, the giver or the recipient. So we're afraid to return it to the recipient who really wants it, who desperately wants it, because he may not be the one who lost it.
Right. And we ask the question, why? Why not say the other way?
Right. So your caution was that if we don't return it to him and it did fall from him, then maybe we're taking away from him unjustly. Right? So now let's go through the cases, and we're going to try to pinpoint the case where your kasha is strongest. Okay, if somebody finds Gite Nashim, he finds a divorce document, so we understand not to return it because maybe the woman was divorced, maybe she wasn't. But it's more dangerous to release a married woman. So we can't return it to her just on the suffix.
Right, because you could have a mamzer.
You could have a mamzer, so that we don't want that. So Shichruri Avadim is slightly less dangerous, but it's also dangerous because if this slave wasn't released, and we think he was, so he's going to go and marry a Jewish woman, and then she's going to find out later that she's not allowed to remain married to him because he's a slave. And to avoid that Isur, so again, we don't want to take the risk of returning it to the supposedly freed slave. So that makes sense. What about Daitike? Daitike is a will, right? Like if somebody says you're going to inherit such and such. So if this will was never given over, if it was never like legalized, I don't know what they call it. So then we're going to be taking away from the Yerusha of the Torah. The Torah said that you divide between the sons. If there's an eldest son, he gets a double portion, and that's what the Torah said. So then this guy's coming along with a star that might not be valid, and he's going to take away from the legitimate inheritance.
We have a siren here now.
Yep, I do too. So you guys listen to sirens, so I think I will too. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. See you later.
My thing actually works. My phone works in my safe room, believe it or not.
Okay, I see you guys are back.
Yep.
Good. So let's continue. Somebody lost a will, and if he really did, and we return it to him, that's great. But if he didn't lose it and it was never given to him, and then we do give it to him, he's going to take away from the rightful inheritance. So that's not good. So we can't. So we should not return it. We should just leave it in limbo.
Well, but maybe he is the rightful inheritor, and he's going to lose out.
Right. So, but then we're going to take away from the Yerusha of the Torah, and I think the Yerusha of the Torah is the baseline assumption until proven otherwise. It's what the Torah says to do is what we do unless we stipulate it otherwise. So the burden of proof is on this other inheritant. He has to prove that he got something unusual that goes against the standard Torah way of doing it. Burden of proof is on him, Kitzur. Make sense?
So far.
Okay, good. Matana. So again, somebody claims that he was given a gift, but who says he was? So we're not going to take it away from the rightful owner just because somebody says he was given a gift. He's got to really prove it. The next case is where we got stuck on your kasha, Lou. Shovari. This is where we got stuck.
Right.
A shovar is, so we set up a case that I lent you $100, okay, and you say you paid me back, and I gave you a receipt. And I say, I say you never showed up to pay me back. I wrote the receipt because you said you were coming, but you never showed up. And in the meantime, I lost it, fell out of my pocket. But I never gave it to you because you never returned the money. So now here's the rub. If we don't return it to you, I can make you pay again.
Right,
So that's motzi mechavero. That was your kasha.
right.
So the answer I want to give you is that you're going up against the shtar. I have a shtar chov, and the shtar chov is powerful. You have to prove that it's wrong. So you can't prove it. You say maybe. Maybe isn't good enough.
Wait, I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean you have a star club?
I have an IOU that you signed and that you owe me $100. You have a questionable receipt. So your questionable receipt doesn't beat my legitimate shtar.
Ah, I see.
That might be what's going on here. I'm not sure, but it might be the parish.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay, so it's enough to go on. So we're going to go on. So you read us the whole Mishnah that all these cases it shouldn't be returned to the person who wants it because maybe it was never actually given to him in the first place. Okay, so let's go weiter in the Gemora. Phil, you with us? You with us, Phil?
Yeah.
Good.
Rashi's from Phil.
Oh, Rashi's. Are there any Rashi's here? That is a good question. I don't think there are.
No Rashi's on the Mishnah?
No Rashi's on the Mishnah. I looked in the Bartanura in the Mishnayos. Also didn't say anything.
Okay. Tama, Denimlach, Shalo, Litanan. The reason the Mishnah gives for not returning these documents is that perhaps after repairing them, the author reconsidered and decided not to give them. Ha, Amar, Tanu. This implies that if he would now say to give them,
Yeah.
no sneem, we would give them.
Yeah.
Vafilu lisman meruba,
Yeah.
even if it was a long time ago.
So here we have a Rashi, I think. Ha'amartanu.
Amar Tanu. There's only one word on it. Akshav. Now.
So read another Rashi then.
Right. Well, this next word in Rashi's the name. He'd give it to them. Okay, he'd give it to them. But ifilu, even though Metzia Lizman Maruba, even if he finds it after a long time. Mishenafal, because it fell.
From when it
Below
fell. A long time after it fell.
Right. Below Chayishin, we're not concerned. Shema, perhaps a get, a cherhu. It's a different get. It's another get. Shumatehem, that was Shivyon, something about it being
its
equivalent.
names.
Its names are equivalent. Its names are equivalent. Me'adam acha, from another man, it fell.
Mm-hmm.
You're afraid that, people with the same names, another get, that it's his, not yours.
That seems to be pretty unlikely.
Gemara cases like that.
The Gemara it asks whether this only applies if we have people with the same names in the same city or not. Okay, so in other words, how far do we have to be choshesh for this? That's a whole discussion on its own. But if there's two people with the same names, two married couples with the same names in the same town, so then it's more likely that it could happen, right?
Right? It's interesting that it doesn't say anything about whether the names are common.
Yeah. Good question. I mean, this is really what you're talking about is really a sugya somewhere else. As Phil said, it's really a sugya somewhere else. So let's put that issue on the side. We're concerned about it for whatever reason. So, but here we're not apparently, even though with a long time elapsed, a long period of time elapsed between when it fell and when it was found. So what the Gemara is pointing out is that we're not afraid that it was actually a different get, and the one that fell is not the one that they found is not the one that they thought it is, right? We're not concerned about that. And the question is, why not? So then the Gemara asks a kasha or a minhu. How come we're not concerned about that?
Umaminahu, let's see. In contrast, hamevi get va'avad hamevi hamenu hemenu. Let's see. If a man's agent brought a get, and he lost it,
Yeah.
mitzao la'al tar kasher.
Mm-hmm.
If the agent found it immediately, it is valid. Im lav pasul. If not, it's invalid. Wonder why it would be invalid.
So let's see, Rashi. Mitzau la'alter.
Wait a second. I knew where I just was. I just read my note name. Matsu Alta. He found it. Alta is like retroactively.
The alter usually means immediately. Mitzau la'alter, found it immediately.
Okay, Shem in Gittin it says, Mifarashit explains, Kedei Sha Over Sayara. That's not an Uber, is it?
Tavor means it will pass. What will pass? The Shayara.
A Shayara is a convoy.
Yeah. But Shayara is a convoy, yeah.
Right. The Tisera, that's also the word, that's also the same root about being a convoy there. Betoch will be Kadei, Cod, and within it is a cod, there's a barrel inside it. No, Kach, Betochach, and within that, Leika Lemema, we're not able to say Mishayara, the convoy that passed, Avra, Sham, from that there, Nefal, it fell. Shahare Lo, Shahei, Shior.
Yeah, thank God.
It didn't have the the amount of a tachana. Tachana is
Tachana is
a
camp, to encamp.
the camp. Right.
So we're defining how long is immediately. What's called, if he finds it immediately, everything is okay. How long is immediately? Well, immediately is how long it takes for a caravan to pass through and settle down. Within that period of time, when we cannot say that this get fell from a different caravan that already passed through, because not enough time passed. Shahari lo shahashir shetachna. We didn't wait long enough for another caravan to come along and encamp. So how long does it take for a shayara to come and encamp? I don't know. Let's say they come every 10 days. Let's say they go through town every 10 days, a different, a new caravan. So fine. So if he finds it after 9 days, then that'll be okay. Everything is okay. The get he found is the get he lost. If he finds it after 11 days, then he can't be sure that the get he found is the get he lost. Maybe it fell from the new caravan. So that's a kasha on our Mishnah. That's a kasha on our Mishnah because our Mishnah didn't put any time limitation on finding a get. You fellows with me?
Yes.
Good. So if we got the kasha, tell me if we need to go over it again. But if we got the kasha, let's go on to the teretz, which would be Amar Rabba.
Amar Rabba Lokasha. This is not a problem. Khan here be mekom shehayaros Mitsuyos. Caravans are common.
Yeah.
Khan here bimekom she'ein hashiyaros mitsuyos. It's a place where they're not common.
Any Rashis on that? I don't think so. Not yet. So what's his answer? He says, yeah, that other Mishnah that put a time limit, that's because it's a lot of caravans pass through. Our Mishnah is talking about a place where you don't have caravans there. Caravans never come to this little shtetl, and so you don't have to worry about caravans. That's why our Mishnah didn't put a time limit on it. Again, even if it was found 6 months later, is still good because it's a tiny little shtetl that never has a lot of traffic. There's no shire road. It's not on an intercity highway.
Weiter?
Weiter.
Vafilu bimkom shehashiyaros Mitsuyos. And even in a place where caravans are common, V'hu shehuch zaku shnei Yosef ben Shimon Be'ir Achas. And we're concerned that
means it's been established. It has been established.
that it's been established that there's two men named Yosef ben Shimon. Oh, this gets to my point about the commonality of the name.
Yup.
In the same city. So even in a place where there's no caravans, but
The place where there are, Fil Makun Shasharis Mitsuyos.
or where there are caravans, and we have established that there's two Yosef ben Shimons living in that city.
That's where we're worried. Only in such a case are we worried. The who, and that is when it's established that it's two Yosef ben Shimon in town.
Only if it has been established. Yeah, right.
Right. So only in such a case would we be worried. So let's read the Rashi on that point.
The filu, the makom, and even in a place, love, rava, call. We're not going. We're not going like Rava. Masik, that he darshans, he masiks. He's like making a maskana, not like the conclusion that
Right.
Rava says. Rather,
Love Rava Kamasik. This is not Rava who's making this conclusion.
rather the Gemora it's the Gemora who's saying this. The Kamo that says Lan on it. The Chi, that if Amar Rabba, the Makom, Shehayishavu, Matun, in a place where the caravans are found, Lo Amar Ella, we didn't say this Ella, only Ke Chuzko Be'ir Achad, when it's all taking place in one city, not like as a caravan just on the road, but it's like the caravan
means established. It's established.
Established in one city. That it's not the caravan traveling along the road, but the caravan that's in this one city. Sheniktav ba, that it was written in it, haget, this get, shnayim, and then two, shishomatehem, that their names are shavin, or are equivalent. The shemot, and their names are nishoheim Shabbat. Nishosehem.
They are wives.
We'll be cut off in a second.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to leave anyway, so it's just about time. Perfect timing. Oh, you have a